Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 video. This is rumoured to be the sequel to Modern Warfare 2019, releasing next year in 2022. Even though we haven't gotten Vanguard yet, a bunch of leaks have recently started pouring out in the community. Now previously, we had a report from VGC sources that said that the campaign for this game is going to be based around Colombian drug cartels, but other than that, we didn't really get much information. Well, today Okami tweeted out rumour Modern Warfare 2 to feature gun jamming mechanics, advanced Gore system, and moral compass in the story mode. So this isn't going to be something in multiplayer, but I'll talk more about that in a second. He said the game will also supposedly feature a PT-like game mode that will replace Spec Ops. And all of this is coming from a user on Twitter called Ralph's Valve. No one's heard of this account before, it's a brand new account, but Okami followed up with a tweet saying, after speaking with Ralph, I can confirm that he does appear to have a legitimate source. In regards to the PT stuff, it sounds like it's similar to Clean House, which was probably one of the best missions in Modern Warfare 2019's campaign due to the intensity of it, although it was a bit unrealistic jumping on a woman with her child, but I guess it was trying to tell the point of sometimes the American army get themselves in really bad situations and they do kill civilians very often. And the whole point of Modern Warfare's campaign was kind of blurring the lines between good and evil. Anyways, let's go through Ralph's Twitter because he's tweeted a bunch of information out. So first of all, regarding this PT mode, he said it's a PT Silent Hills inspired mode, as we were saying, to replace Spec Ops. And then he posted this image saying to further elaborate. So it's a mixture between Kill House and PT Silent Hills, which is a horror game. So just like Okami said, I guess the way that it's going to have a horror aspect is that enemies will be jumping out at you and shooting through the walls, kind of jump scaring you. I don't really know how I feel about that. Tom Henderson did go on to reply to Okami saying, glad you got it verified, however, it seems like the PT stuff is either just a particular mission or a mechanic in the game. The third mode is much more ambitious than a PT style mode, so yeah, we're just going to have to wait and see what exactly it is. Maybe this is only a section of the mode itself, but the actual mode is a lot more expansive. Maybe it's some sort of true open world Spec Ops mode, which was, I believe, the original intention for Spec Ops in Modern Warfare, but I just think it was too ambitious and they never ended up finishing most of the stuff they wanted. That would be pretty cool to see, and I do want to make it very clear, take all of this information with a grain of salt. Even though Okami is saying that Ralph has provided him with evidence to suggest that he is in fact legitimate, right now these are just rumors and leaks, and like with all rumors and leaks, this is not confirmed information. None of this is set in stone, everything is subject to change and or misinterpretation. But yeah, if this leak is true, let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below, because honestly, I was expecting us to see zombies this year, maybe exploring what happened after Verdansk was nuked, after it was overrun by zombies. What was going to be the subsequent things that would happen after that? And the reason why I thought that zombies would be in this game is because we had intel about the discovery of Requiem in Warzone, and everything's now set in one universe, so I thought that maybe Treyarch would be working on a zombies mode for the Modern Warfare sequel, like they are working on a zombies mode for Call of Duty Vanguard, despite it not being their main game, and Sledgehammer Games are heading that game. But yeah, honestly, I think that this is a good thing. Although I would like to see Modern Warfare zombies, I do think that zombies does need breaks every now and again, and having zombies every single year does get oversaturated, and it's going to make the return for Treyarch's next zombies title, their main game in 2023, the sequel to Black Ops Cold War, which we believe to be set 5 years after in the 90s, as obviously the Forsaken ending cutscene is 5 years later, where Peck is trying to collect Weaver, Grey, etc., and go head to head against Eddie Richthofen's The Director's Project Janus. So yeah, I think having a break from zombies for a year could be a good thing. I do worry that this mode might not be that great though, because Spec Ops in Modern Warfare really wasn't that great, and survival mode in that game was also dreadful, so I'm hoping that this mode is actually going to be something replayable and fun. It doesn't seem like this mode is going to be something as expansive as zombies or extinction. It seems like this is going to be a more simple mode as just a fun little bonus you can play, but it's probably not going to be like this hardcore mode with some sort of deep storyline and Easter eggs and quests. I doubt it's going to be like that from the sounds of it. It's going to be this fun little horror mode basically. Well, like the Clean House mission, it might all be set using night vision goggles to give you that horror surprise aspect in the dark. Anyways, this user has tweeted a bunch of information surrounding Modern Warfare 2, and that's what I want to continue going into in this video. But first of all, I have a quick message to share for you. Do you want to be within a chance of winning a free Tesla Model S? Well, that can now become a reality thanks to Ragnarok Origin, the sponsor of this video. Ragnarok Origin is an epic MMORPG available on mobile devices where fantasy becomes reality. The game's releasing soon and pre-registrations are open for its release. It's an awesome anime adventure in an open world environment. You are the hero in this fantasy story. Immerse yourself in a vast fantasy world full of mysterious monsters and epic characters to fight and train. Explore the massive diverse environment with stunning landscapes, legendary kingdoms, empires, mythical dungeons, and epic castles, all filled with rich narratives and history. The game's key features include hundreds of weapons with improved strike motions, being able to meet unforgettable friends and defeat powerful foes along the way, enjoy the unique raids, challenges, and stories with your friends. Everyone plays an important role, such as the tank, the DPS, the support, and many other skill choices to choose from. Choose your path with different missions, events, and daily quests. The game features cute, high-quality visual graphics, and you are able to grow characters with high freedom to manipulate themselves with 2.5D and 3D views. The game features lifelike weather changes, customize and upgrade your weapons, armor, magic abilities, and more to match your playstyle and defeat your opponents. Take your character's power to the next level by earning and enhancing your abilities. To go on an epic adventure across the continent of Midgard, join a group of extraordinary heroes to discover all of the secrets of the land of Rune Midgard. Collect, teach, and evolve powerful warriors to fight together in overwhelming monster battles. So if this game sounds like something you would be interested in, check out the link in this video's description to sign up for pre-registration nice and easily by simply filling out your email to be entered within a chance to win a free Tesla Model S. You can also unlock amazing milestone rewards that will be available in the game with its launch. The giveaway is live until the expected release later this year. So bringing it back to Ralph's Twitter, his first tweet was on October 20th. He said, covering talent acquisitions, leaks, news, and more. And this tweet is quite funny in hindsight for a future tweet which I'll go over in a second. Then he started listing a bunch of different hires from Infinity Ward. So he said, Jordan Lamer Wan, previous lead concept artist at Respawn Entertainment, newly appointed as principal concept artist for Infinity Ward. So he's listing a bunch of hires and a job listings and switches in positions. So yeah, I don't know who this guy is, but apparently he's deep in Infinity Ward to get this information, unless he stalks people's LinkedIn profiles or something like that. He then posted Warren Cole, credited for his role as antagonist. Rafe Adler in Uncharted 4 may star as a possible protagonist in Infinity Ward's rumored 2022 iteration of Modern Warfare 2. So yeah, I guess he's not hired yet, but they're thinking of it, but I don't understand that because obviously by now they would have pretty much been complete with the campaign. Since the game is going to release in a year, they're probably diverting focus mainly to the co-op mode and multiplayer. He then said previous lead technical artist for Rockstar Games, Jeff Samuel, joins Infinity Ward in the position of lead animation tools animator. He then said former motion capture manager at Sony Interactive Entertainment, Matt Bauer, joins Infinity Ward as a motion capture director. He said previous Hangar 13 AI director, Sergio Osio, probably butchered his name, joins Infinity Ward as their AI engineering director. He said ex-Hulu UX director William Fowler, newly appointed as UI/UX director at Infinity Ward. So that's mainly working on the UI stuff, the user interface, like the menu for example, and other aspects. He said Infinity Ward Poland, a subsidiary R&D studio based in Krakow, continues to expand into domestic talent, acquiring several ex-CD Projekt Red employees. So yeah, Infinity Ward have opened up a couple more studios, so they've got a lot of people working on this Modern Warfare sequel, so it sounds like it could be really good. Since they have so many people working on it, there's no reason this should flop. He then said Matt Curtis, formerly technical gameplay animator at Techland's Dying Light 2, has joined Infinity Ward as a senior gameplay animator. Then Infinity Ward's Project Cortez will reputedly depict the global campaign led by US forces to intercept Colombian terrorist-type organizations Medellin Cartel, taking heavy influence from Denis Villeneuve's Oscar-nominated Sicario. So yeah, that's going to be the main premise for the campaign, tackling these drug cartels. He then posted, former PlayStation character technical director Kuridan Elliott joins Infinity Ward as a technical expert animator. Then previous God of War senior animator Avieni promoted to lead animator at Infinity Ward. Former Infinity Ward environment artist Josh Lynch returns to Infinity Ward as their principal material artist. And I just thought I would mention really quickly that if you check out the link in this video's description, you can go ahead and get yourself some blue light protection glasses from felixgray.com. They help relieve symptoms of digital eye strain and support your well-being, since obviously we are the first generation that constantly looks at screens, so you need to protect your eyesight. So this is the tweet that I mentioned earlier, how I'm going to come back, and in hindsight that previous tweet about leaks is going to be quite funny, because he posted current Infinity Ward employee comments on the nature of leak culture, stating, making Modern Warfare, leaking any inside information about unreleased titles is not cool and damaging to the artists and families that work diligently for years, handcrafting these stories, characters, and worlds, essentially bringing them to life. It's not something that anyone should ever consider. And I don't know if this is supposed to be satire or ironic, considering this person is literally leaking the game and then posting this. I'm really confused what this is all about. Is this Infinity Ward's stance on leaks and even he agrees with it, but for some reason is going against it? I'm not exactly sure, but it might just be a joke. He then posted, Infinity Ward newly acquires several ex-DICE employees, so I guess a bunch of the Battlefield people have moved over to Infinity Ward, which I guess is good news. In the effort against cheating, Activision has acquired numerous practice data scientists across the industry working under Call of Duty's new initiative, Ricochet Anti-Cheat. So yeah, that's the anti-cheat system that's debuting when the new Pacific Warzone map is introduced with Season 1 of Vanguard. Next up, former Director of Engineering at Norton LifeLock, Brian Gardner, joins Infinity Ward as their Director of Engineering. He then posted Infinity Ward's 2022 view model team, and this is just listing the different developers. Again, he's posting a lot about the developers here. I'm sure most of you probably don't really care that much about the individuals working behind the games, even though you kind of should. These are the people putting in the hard work to make these games a thing. He said, newly acquired Benjamin Turtel, Elias Mr. Brightside, former animator at New World Interactive, responsible for all reload animations in Insurgency Sandstorm. So Modern Warfare 2019 was big on the animations. That's the best thing about the game, is the gunplay and the gun animations and how they feel when you shoot them. It's so good. Regardless of what you think of the gameplay in that game and other aspects of it, that is the strongest suit, and I'm guessing they're going to try and harness that even more and hone in on it in the sequel. He then posted, current Infinity Ward employee further touches on leak culture and the determined attitude within the studio. Quote, it's not a topic that gets discussed enough, unfortunately, until it's too late. Behind every great studio and publisher are the individual artists that work very hard, day and night, molding their passions to bring those stories to life. I have a good feeling that you'll all be soon involved and you'll be seeing behind the curtain, so to speak. I'll bring further insights into the process of intense collaboration needed to make it all possible, and the sparks of creativity that further a story, and the fun of creating something unique yet familiar. So once again, I'm really confused what's going on here. I understand this viewpoint and this prerogative. I personally do disagree somewhat. I totally understand you should respect the developer's work, but there are valid counter arguments to leak culture. Overall, I think there are good arguments on either side of the viewpoint, but I'm just really confused why he's posting this considering he's leaking. I just don't get it. Anyways, he then said Infinity Ward's Modern Warfare 2 is assumed to have a budget of $150 million US, and this is really high for a video game and a Call of Duty title. They usually don't spend this much. Naturally, this ballpark figure is only conditional. We have built a handful of cost-effective systems over the past year, revising most departments. We've been dealt a good hand to succeed. But yeah, if they have this much money and they have multiple studios, multiple Infinity Ward studios, not just in America, in Poland and elsewhere, they've got so many developers working on this game, and I am a bit hopeful that it could be a success, even though I didn't like the last game. They've got so many people working on this game, and now that Ravensoft are heading Warzone, Infinity Ward's time won't be taken away to work on on Warzone as much, at least. They'll be working on it somewhat, but it'll give them time to focus on their multiplayer experience and stuff like that. Next up, he said, lead technical director for Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One, Adrian Diamond, joins Infinity Ward as their expert motion capture engineer. He then posted a big thread about the campaign, and this is pretty important. He said, Infinity Ward's rumor title, campaign details regarding weapon dynamics, facets of Gore and AI with a new moral system, single player systems, and more. So the campaign is assumed to receive a rating of M for mature, with blood and gore, intense violence, blah blah blah. You get the gist. It's reported as gritty and unrelenting, many of the words associated with what's on paper as grim, gruesome, and brave. So this game could even be more gritty than Modern Warfare 2019. That game was marketed as being really gritty as well, and it was somewhat. I don't think it was anywhere near as gritty or 100 times as intense as No Russian like they were claiming before release. I don't think it was anywhere near as bad as they were marketing it, but maybe this game will be a bit more intense, but I feel like that was just a marketing ploy last time to make it out as a lot grittier than it actually was. Next up, death animations. If an enemy combatant is shot, they will not die immediately depending on where they've been wounded. They'll beg for their life, insult you, call out for their mother, hallucinate, gurgle, moan, groan, death rattle, convulsions. And this is going to make it so that when you do kill these people, it's going to feel a lot more lifelike and you're going to have a lot more empathy for these people, even though they're not real, obviously, they're just AI. But it's going to make it feel more like real war. But there is an argument to be had regarding how realistic you want to make it. You know, they're not trying to give people PTSD. You know, there's been countless stories in the past where developers have had to watch really gory things in order to animate and make video games, and they've ended up with severe mental health issues. So there's going to be a new moral system analogous to Red Dead Redemption 2's honor system, where certain decisions will dictate and impact several moments within the campaign. So yeah, this sounds pretty cool. I wonder to what degree this is going to be, because they did say something like this was going to be Modern Warfare 2019, but it wasn't as really expansive as they made it out, but this seems like it might be a lot more realistic and expansive. Next up, there's going to be realistic gore. Contingent on the caliber of bullet, combatants will lose limbs, often remaining conscious, squirming and screaming. They'll also put pressure on wounds in an attempt to stop the bleeding. Once again, this sounds really cool, but at the same time, let's not get PTSD. There's no winners in this story, possibly hinting at the grueling cycle that is the war on drugs. Well, not really just the war on drugs. Any war, there's no winners on any side. Like, even if you win the war, there's always casualties on either side. There's no war that can technically be won. And there's no war where either side is completely innocent. Even on a side where you have a really, really bad evil, like the Nazis, the other sides weren't exactly completely innocent and did horrible atrocities in the name of the greater good. There's no true good on either side, really. There may be sides that are better than the other, but often most things are a bit of a grey area. And I hope that moving forward, Call of Duty really tunes down the American propaganda. He said, state-of-the-art weapon dynamics and revised interactivity, all details are specific to the campaign. Really cool. During high-intensity moments, your character will react accordingly throughout an ambush sequence where your patrol vehicle is under attack from hostile fire. The character you're playing as is visibly shaken up, struggling to insert the magazine, trembling hands. Once again, this sounds really realistic. He said heavy breathing and swallowing, voice quivering during callouts, etc. This applies equally to their realism mode. So there's going to be a realism mode in multiplayer, I guess. There is a new feature called weapon jamming. Within combat, there are moments where players' weapons will jam, causing the operator to jerk the bolt, thus expending the wasted bullet, though you are able to retrieve the wasted bullet exclusive to realism and campaign. So yeah, this isn't in multiplayer. It would be so annoying in multiplayer. This is exclusive to campaign and realism. But my god, does this sound realistic as hell. I honestly can't wait to play this game's campaign. There's a new feature which is bullet in the chamber and bullet ejection. Postscript information corroborated here is liable for change. So yeah, it's just saying all this information is subject to change, which we already know. Next up, he posted this gif saying 2022 with the guy drifting as he's being shot to the floor and firing back. And someone replied with this example right here. And I think this is a good example of what he is talking about, where you're going to be able to drift maybe during the breach moments when you go into slow motion. But yeah, this looks really, really cool. This game has a ton of new features. He then posted this, so Taskforce 141 is going to be in this game. Some people are thinking because the game's going to be based around the Colombian drug cartels that Taskforce 141 might not be as involved, but he's saying they are. He said intertextuality inspiring Modern Warfare 2's campaign. So we have Cartel Land released in 2015. We then have Sin November released in 2009. Then Sicario in 2015. City of of God in 2002, Clear and Present Danger in 1994, No Country for Old Men in 2007, and Traffic from the year 2000. The final thing he posted is 2022, and if you guys are unaware what this is referring to, in the original Modern Warfare 2 game, since we're now in this rebooted universe, there was this secret old lady fake Easter egg that a lot of people used to talk about, and I'll be showing some footage of it on screen right now. But yeah, this was something that a lot of people speculated about way back in the day, so I'm guessing in this Modern Warfare sequel, they're going to pay homage to this fake Easter egg and actually put in a secret old lady Easter egg. But somewhere in the game, there's going to be a throwback Easter egg to this fake rumor from back in the day. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to go over in today's video. This was a bunch of information and a lot to take in, but let me know what you think of everything in the comment section down below. I absolutely can't wait to play this game. I can't wait to find out what this old lady Easter egg is. I can't wait to play the campaign with all of these new gory, realistic aspects and seeing where the campaign storyline heads, how Taskforce 141 comes into play, and I also can't wait to play this new horror game mode, which is replacing Spec Ops. It doesn't seem like Zombies is back this year, unless they have Zombies and this mode, but I really doubt that. And once again, all of this is subject to change and or misinterpretation, so take it with a grain of salt. And just a quick reminder, if you want to be entered into a giveaway to be within a chance of winning a free Tesla Model S, there is a link down in this video's description to pre-register for Ragnarok Origin, an epic fantasy MMO RPG that's releasing later this year. It's really easy to enter. You literally just put in your email and then there's a chance of winning a free car. So there's literally no reason not to do it. It takes a second and there's no risk involved. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching and bye.